Welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed, bro Andre Jalil, Rick the Ruler. We got Joe in here. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling after that
It's good,
wonderful
man.
basis?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. It hurts. It hurts. Dre, how about you? How you feeling, man?
Oh, I feel wonderful, man. The Knicks just lost.
Yeah,
We tied for we tied for fifth with the Wizards.
with the Wizards. Once again, they following us wherever we go this year. So yeah, man, we lose to the Pacers, 111 to 98. Um, it was it was terrible from the start. I think we went down 11-0 in the first, however, in the game. It was just disgusting. It was hard to watch. Um, Turner all game was just outrageous from three. He had a career game, obviously, with 7 threes. That's not something we expected, but it's hard for Mitchell Robinson to get out there. So I mean, they exploited that. That's exactly what they did. Um, but yeah, man, there was a lot of things that went wrong there. Let's see if we can bring up some of these stats real quick because yeah, it was the numbers. The numbers don't necessarily explain too much of the game, but it'll show you a lot. So RJ Barrett, he had a hell of a game tonight. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. In 34 minutes, he was 8 for 20 from the field and 2 for 6 from three. At times, he's 5 for 7 from three from free throw line, and a lot of those times, they're timely. Somebody goes 5 for 7 from the free throw line, you're like, oh, he didn't shoot terribly, but he could have made those two. But when you miss them at the wrong time, it kind of hurts more. But there was some times during the game where he just looks like this team is only going to go as he goes. Um, he's starting to look more and more like himself or the new self
I,
at
I
this
was about to say.
the new self. But yeah, man, it's remarkable because there's a lot of things that he's starting to do now that we criticized him for last year, like finishing at the basket, um, which is the main thing. If he just finishes at the basket, I think that opens up his game. But there's times out there where he looks like he's the only one that's not scared of the moment. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And he's the only one that doesn't care when someone closes out and he's taking a three. He'll take it. Like he'll pull up. It doesn't matter who's closing out on him. I see him do it all the time. He's the only one that doesn't care. Um, but Dre, what you see from RJ tonight, man?
RJ looked like he trying to put this team on his back. That's what RJ looked like.
Yep.
RJ looks like it seems like when he gets the opportunity, it's almost like he could do more if he got the ball more.
Right. Right.
Sometimes I wish he was more confident. I
Mhm.
wish sometimes I just want him to be like a savage and just go in there and just go in the basket and bang on somebody, just get a
Right.
layup in there, go muscle your way in there, like how Julius tries to do every time he gets the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like what I'm saying from RJ. I think, like you said, he's like the new RJ. I just think he's starting to fulfill more and more his potential.
Yeah.
I think he's starting to fill in. It's almost like when you get a brand new, like you got the brand new baby dog and they got the big paws, and you're like, they're gonna grow into it.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
oh, like
He's like,
he's
yeah, he's
running.
gonna grow into
Look at him running into the wall.
it. Yeah, yeah. I think that I think that RJ he's growing into himself.
Right.
And I think it's like the game looks like it's coming to him a little easier.
Yeah.
I'm excited for him because I'm disappointed that the last two games he did so well, and we lose those games.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like everybody needs to take part. I think he scored 26 one of these games. He scored 30 something. What did he
Yeah.
have tonight? RJ Barrett, he had 23 tonight.
23.
I think
Yeah.
he had 26 the last game or 32 the other one.
Mm.
And he's like our leading scorer for the past three games.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
he looks like he's taking the reins, at least right now.
At least right now. At least right now. And that's exciting for especially because we're looking for that. We were always looking for that second piece. Like, all right, who's gonna be the second star outside of Julius Randle? Who can we go get? And a lot of us were just saying, just wait for RJ Barrett to get to where where he can be. Rick, how about you? What you see from Julius RJ tonight?
I mean, what can I say? Like like what Dre said. Like he's putting his team on his back. It looks like he goes out there and he's actually paying attention. He knows when to drive. I think he's still. The only thing I would say I disagree with Dre is that I don't want him to like barrel in there because I see when he does that, sometimes he gets stripped and he's looking for a foul or looking as if the refs missed something. Nah, he just lost the ball. They swiped it and he wasn't prepared.
Right.
But I do love his intensity. I do love that he doesn't look afraid. And he's scoring. You know, he's knocking down shots that we wished he knocked down last season. So, you know, hey, I'm good with him. He's good with me.
Yeah. That's same here. How about you, Joe? How you feeling about RJ?
I mean, I've been saying it for a minute now. I said it. I was at the draft. I said it on draft night. So I'm not surprised by anything that this kid is doing.
Mm-hmm.
When I was sitting next to my boy, who's a Bulls fan, and he told me that RJ wasn't going to average more than 10 points per game. So there goes that.
See how
But
didn't he crush that in the first season?
Sure did. but I didn't really get to watch the game tonight. I was listening on the radio. I was in the car, but it was frustrating.
Yeah,
I'm happy I didn't watch. Put it like that.
Yeah, I wish I didn't watch.
You just listen to the whole thing.
As a matter of fact, every time I walked away, it seemed like they started to come back, and I was just like, maybe I should just turn this game off.
Oh, so it's your fault.
Oh, definitely.
It was definitely Rick's fault. You got to blame Rick. Julius Randle, man, he 18 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 for 16 from the field. He's 37.5%. 0 for 2 from 3. Talk to me about what you see from Julius, Dre.
I think Julius is Julius every night. I think that he's one of those guys that's gonna have a good. He got a lot of minutes, and 6 for 16. You know, he's barreling in. And Ricky, when I say I want RJ to go in there and dunk on somebody, I mean wishful thinking. He's going in there dunking on somebody, not losing the ball. Like, you know, I'm not saying like realistically going there. I want him to like wishfully go in there and
to lose the ball some more. Yeah,
you know, not like that.
I want him to go in there and lose the ball.
Yeah, I want him to yam it on somebody. But Julius is can I say I think that the overall, I think there was two big things. I felt like they had a game plan to keep us off the 3-point line. Because like the Knicks right now, their ID is 3 and D. That's their ID. We play defense. I don't think our defense is as strong as it has been or as strong as it will be as the season progresses. I think they're still finding their way. But and they ran them off the 3-point line. It was just like, yo, these dudes knock down threes. Yeah. And they took that away from us. They had like everybody on their team was longer than our guys at at their respective positions. And then it just seems like the refs are outrageous with these calls.
Yeah, it's starting to get it's I mean, tonight was one of the first nights I could actually say it was a little lopsided.
It was
during our games, I'll say.
Because
I haven't been able to complain.
Remember I said they're reffing the league like they were reffing the Knicks all of these years.
Yeah,
but it just seemed like it tilted stronger in that direction for like against the Knicks. It's like they're not getting. You could hear it on the TV, somebody getting smacked, and they're going up. You can see they held their arm, and guys are like, "Yo," and they're not calling these fouls, and I'm like, "What's going on?"
Like
they're that RJ with the fouls.
That RJ foul, I didn't think that was a common foul. I think that was definitely a flagrant, at least a flagrant one, because it wasn't a play on the ball. Like he literally grabbed with his left arm, he pulled RJ down. And I mean, like that, where's the ball in that play? You know what I'm saying? You grabbed his shoulder and you pulled him down. So, in my opinion, that should have been a flagrant one, respectfully. You know, based off the BS calls that they've been given throughout the league this entire year. You know what I mean? But you know, we don't, and like I always say, I don't want to put the game in the refs' hands. That's the last thing you want to do, especially as a Knick, is to put the game in the refs' hands.
I think the refs took the game and put it in their hand. I felt like the refs tilted it the way they wanted to go. That's what it looks like.
I think the Pacers didn't really shoot a lot of free throws though. I didn't watch. So
the Pacers.
Yeah,
they didn't shoot a lot of free throws.
I didn't watch, so I can't really give perspective on what I've seen. I mean, I'm listening on the radio, and they don't really tell you like, oh, that was a bogus call. Right.
It was
But
wild.
I do know that the Knicks went to the line more than the Pacers. I know that.
That's for sure. For
Yeah,
sure. If let's just look at it right here.
It's almost like they didn't want to give the Knicks too many calls because it was outrageous. Some of these fouls I'm looking at, I'm like, wow, that wasn't a foul.
Yeah,
that's
what I was saying. That's
they
what
were
I was
21
saying.
they were 21 for 27 from the free throw line, and the Pacers were 11 for 14.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
that's surprising. Like
it was like I said, it was one of those games where it was the only time, oddly, where I could say, all right, well, what was going on with some of these calls? But I guess it was because we really were going to the basket way more than they did, and I guess we just noticed it more. We literally attacked it. We went to the free throw line almost twice as much as they did. So I mean, this game was really in the defensive effort. And like I said, go ahead, Dre.
One of the things it just drives me nuts every night. We have these games where we could have won if we did this. Like they were within 2. They let it go, and Turner is knocking down threes at a outrageous clip. What he had a career night tonight at the 3.
Yeah,
it's like
unbelievable.
Yeah, and you know what's his name is starting to look really useless and lost out there.
Quickly,
you knew it. Mm-hmm. That boy looked like he's pointless. I don't know what they're doing with him.
Yeah, I literally just said the other day that like he's almost like he had some good moments in the last game, not shooting, but like defensively, I thought he was really good, and he made some nice passes. But like, he's almost unplayable if he's not making shots.
That boy looked like he about to be on the trading block. That's what it looked like.
I was just about to say that.
It's early, but
it's still early, yeah. But
you know what he did that showed me that he's lost. When I was like, oh, this kid lost it. He tried to get one of those fouls that they talking about they taking away. You go in there and flail at the basket when you're trying to go up. Like he's not trying to finish.
I didn't even get mad at the play because it was so funny. I had to laugh. Like it was, he literally wasted about 20 seconds.
Oh my gosh!
He dribbled the entire time
and then lost it.
Drove to the basket and then was just like,
yeah, they touched him, and he's like, it's like, dude, try to finish.
And then nothing, and then he went down to the other end. And
he's not used to the new, and like that's who's affecting it the most. Like on this team, I'll be like, there's nobody that really quickly is really struggling with those rules.
I think, and he's still doing them take fouls.
Right.
He got caught twice tonight with it. Sorry.
That it bothers me because if you're not going to be effective on the offensive end, at least play defense.
Exactly.
Play defense. Like stop the play. Don't stop the play with the foul because now you're putting them on the line. They're in the penalty. You know what I mean? Like it's like I really want them to get rid of that. And unfortunately, it looks like 2 plays that they're really going to get rid of are 2 big plays that's part of Quickly's game. He's going to have to restructure his entire NBA game. I also think he has to restructure his jump shot. I think that's something that a lot of people are not going to want to hear because it doesn't make sense. Why would you restructure his jump shot? I don't think he has a problem making the shot. In my opinion,
he can't shoot that shit over nobody.
He can't shoot it over anyone because all of his shots are forward.
They coming from the chest, it looks like.
Yes, he shoots forward. That's why he can't stop and pull up in mid-range. There's no verticality to his jump shot.
And that's why he shoots so far away from the basket.
Yeah.
Right.
But another thing that he used to do that he doesn't do anymore, he used to get the defender behind him
and float. But they're trying to get rid of that.
Slow down and pull up. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end,
even though he's not doing it for the foul, he's doing it to know where they are so he can feel where they are and give himself time for an alley-oop or create a play.
They
about to get rid of that.
He doesn't do it anymore. He doesn't do it anymore.
They still call it. But they only call it when you don't lean back into them. That's the part that they get rid of in that play. So if you can still get them on your back and you pull up for a jump shot, they'll still call it if they're legit there, as you know, with a foul. But if you're gonna lean into them to try to create the contact, they're not gonna call that. Shout out to the chat. We got Izzy here, of course. We got Tune here. What's going on, Cuzzo? And then we got Big Task at hand. Big Task at hand says salute to the panel. Salute to everyone in the chat. It was fun while it lasted. it was definitely fun while it lasted.
Why that sound like it's a conclusion?
Yeah, like nah. There's already a big crowd of people who I'm not
like,
saying.
See, I told you.
No, I'm just saying there's a big crowd of people who are actually saying that we're not going to be a playoff team, which to
Oh,
me
wow.
is just completely outrageous. You know what I'm saying?
Already? Damn.
Yeah, they're going hard, and I don't think people even remember how we started last year. We didn't start last year great either.
Nope.
Like relax. This, which is why tonight I didn't get too upset. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we played a too terrible of a game.
I do.
I don't think we played too terrible of a game. To be honest with
I don't.
you, what we gonna say, Joe?
I was gonna say.
After he finished chewing, he was gonna say,
Don't choke, man. Don't choke.
I'll wait till you. Yeah,
But I'll say why you chewing. Like I think Tibbs has changed the dynamic of the team. I feel like he's taking away the strength of the defense that was there last time, and he's leaning more into the offense, which is fine, but that's not who we were last year. So it's not like we're continuing with better players now. It's like we have different players and we changed who we are, our identity. Because I saw Randall very lax on defense. I saw like Dre was singing. Yeah, but this was to the point where it was like Matador D, like
he was
Frazier's always saying. Yeah, he was just like, oh, and I'm just like, come on, man, seriously. If you just stepped up, it would have made so much more of a difference. Anyhow, but with that, and then you had overhelping, like Dre kept mentioning. Then you have Robinson overhelping so much so that he has to take 3 giant steps out there to try to defend Turner, who was lights out at the 3-point line, which made no sense to me. I feel like you should have regrouped and then try to figure out something else to stop Turner on the 3-point line.
I think the only way you do that is if you take Robinson out the game, and
take him out then. Take him out then.
No, I think he was bringing you other things. He was still bringing you other stuff on the floor.
I did like seeing Noel back. I was happy to see him back. To see him get in there, he didn't look as bad as I thought. I mean, he's not in mid-season shape yet or form yet. But
his second play on the ball, he did his classic fumble. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like he's back. I mean, he did have a big play. I think it was a big block, and then he went down. I think it was like a couple plays later, and then it was just like I miss Noel because it's good to have a rim protector in the backcourt, especially for that second unit because you have to force Taj out there a lot of those times or play small ball with Obi. It's just good to have that second rim protector back there. But I don't know, man. It's sometimes there's just certain things about this team that it just throws me off. Anyway, so Kemba Walker, he was doing good. He was first in the league in 3-point percentage, and he was terrible tonight. He was 18% from the field. 18% from the field, which to me doesn't even sound like it's possible. Like you're 18% from the field, like altogether. 2 for 11 from the field, 0 for 5 from the 3-point line, which is just outrageous to me because, like I said, he was leading the league in 3-point percentage. This is not a game you're going to see every night from Kemba. I expected this game from Kemba. Not tonight. I just expected it to happen at some point. There was no way he was going to take that amount of threes and make that amount for the entire season. I think he had to fall down to earth a little bit to just balance off. And this was one of those games. Like I said, we shot pretty bad.
But he also, again, like the guys defending him, they're all bigger than him. They make it hard for him, whatever. If they play some reasonable defense on Kemba, I saw them scare him a couple times.
Well, I mean, there was some. I think Kemba had like 2 or 3 charges. He drew like 2 or 3 charges tonight because he
did draw a couple.
Even though he's undersized, he knows how to get in the lane, and those are the momentum plays that he did that changed the game. Even though he's not scoring, he's 2 for 11. He was still doing other things. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and I mean, he was in there like his little behind was jumping for rebounds, and I was like, okay, Kemba, you really wanted that rebound. You know what I mean?
He's feeling good.
Yeah, he's feeling good, but it's the shot isn't always going to fall. Rick, tell me what you saw with Kemba that just tell me how you feel about Kemba in general.
Honestly, what you just said was really all I saw. His intensity to get rebounds. Like I saw the way he ripped rebounds down. I was just like, yo, that's how you get a rebound.
Yeah.
Like he put his back to the defense. He pulled it down. He kept the ball in front of him, and then clear it out. It's as simple as it's as simple as that. But I'm saying those are the steps to do it, and that's what he did well. Outside of that, I mean, he had a couple of looks, but his shot wasn't falling. So I mean, that was about it. I saw him toward the end of the game. He was smiling, and normally, if it was like a close game, I'd be like, cool. But when we're down by so much and we're not looking good, and he was smiling, it kind of irritated me a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
See, nah, I don't think that should irritate you though, man. Because would you rather him? So there's two sides to that coin, right? Like he could be smiling. Like you got to understand that these athletes they're not like us. Like they lose a game, they go home and they go to sleep.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like because they know that they got a game in a day or two. So like, would you rather see him smiling or would you rather see Julius with the bad body language sulking? So you know what I mean.
But if it was post game, fine. This was during the game. He was on the court.
He's always smiling though.
You know, he like I was gonna say that only reason why I don't.
That's why I said
Kemba always smiles.
Yeah, like, just like Melo, just like
exactly,
Melo is the same way. Melo is always smiling.
Right. Exactly. Whenever something bothers him, he doesn't get upset.
Yeah, he just starts smiling. That nervous smile.
Maybe like, all right. Like when he shot that the air ball the other night, it was like
he acted like he didn't know what that was.
Like, yo, come on, man. Like everybody, like, yeah, it's cool. You smiling, Melo, but you just lost because you just shot an air ball.
Yeah, but that's why I said that's why I said normally it wouldn't bother me, but I said tonight it kind of irritated me because I'm just like,
well, it was an irritating loss, right?
Yes, and I think that's what it was.
Yeah, we got or they cut it to 4 in the third quarter, and then boom, 5-0 run out the timeout, or was it a 7-0 run out the timeout?
Yeah.
Then they cut it to 2 in the fourth quarter, and then timeout, and then boom, 5-0 run out of the timeout. It's just like, what is going on, man?
Yeah, and the runs always coincided with a 3 from Miles Turner. Always.
Yeah, but and credit Indiana, man, for staying poised, because you know they could have got rattled, but they did, and they made timely shots.
I think,
like I don't know if you've seen in the live thread. I had one comment in the live thread tonight. I said tough game tonight.
Tough game tonight. Yeah, tough game tonight.
Because a lot of people thought that this team was coming in 2-6, and the Knicks and I knew that this team was hurt. They had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
What's the name just came back? Karras just came back. I think Brogdon. This was Brogdon's first game back. Brogdon missed. What's good, Cody? Brogdon missed 3 games, I think. So those guys came back, and that was like the first time. I think tonight was the first time they had their whole starting 5 together.
Right.
So that's not a bad team over there.
It's not.
No, that's a good team. It's a good team, and it's a team that we're gonna have to see a few more times this year, 3 more times. And
check it out.
No, we only played him three times this year.
Yeah, we played him 3 times.
So Pudge said Kemba can't guard a scarecrow. I've been looking at his defense like he's not stopping anybody.
But we knew that he wasn't great at the point of attack.
Yeah, we knew that.
Like, you knew that when we signed him. But he knows where to be, and he draws his little charges. But we knew that the point of attack defense wasn't going to be great.
Right. And he's not a bad defender. He's undersized.
I don't think that's what's ailing the Knicks defensively, though. Honestly,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. No, but I think it depends on the night. Right. I think it could be a really bad night for us if he's out on the point, if they don't do a switch or something like that. But anytime anybody he switches off of, if they're not the point guard, he's really in a bad position.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue.
Is the switch
because he's already small at the point guard.
Right.
If he playing somebody like Ben Simmons, it's like people shoot over him all the time, every night. So like you said, we knew we were getting that for him, but like to see it live, it's kind of like, oh man, like that. We lost a lot defensively at that position.
Like that, the biggest problem is the Knicks transition defense is really bad right now. I think they're like 25th coming into tonight.
It look like they don't want to run.
Exactly.
They keep the defensive rebounding is not where it needs to be, so they're not closing out possessions. I think the other night, what was the last team we played?
The Raptors.
Toronto.
Yeah. The Raptors took 23 more field goals than us. So that means that they had second chance shots, and that means that we turned it over.
Yeah, that was the big thing last game. We turned it over way too often. And
we got our hustle. So the Knicks really, I think, what's killing their defense really is the transition defense has been awful, and they're not rebounding, man.
Right, they're not rebounding. Mitch is the only one rebounding.
I think everybody runs away like they expect every shot to go in. That always.
Yo, did you see when Randall missed that shot? He was already going halfway up the court, but the ball bounced exactly where he was.
Bounced right to where he was, and he just kept moving. And I said, "Oh, that's why we're losing, because there's no intensity.
There's no hustle.
Exactly.
Like, there is no intensity right now.
Joe, if you would have saw that play, I know you're gonna rewatch the game. I know you're gonna rewatch the game because you do this shit.
You'll see it.
I'm telling you right now, when you see that play, you're going to be livid. And I know you've been defending Julius. He's been deferring a lot to these other guys, which he has been. But there's just a certain aspect of his effort that something is completely off. And I can't ignore it.
With Julius.
I can't ignore it. Yeah, with Julius. And
Julius has that every night.
His game. The shot, he'll miss the shot. He'll make a shot.
He's not hustling, layup, man.
It's not. It's just the little bit of that extra. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still grabbing double-digit rebounds. He can do that stuff, but it's just the little bit. That's what I'm looking for with Julius.
I don't want this to be. I don't want this to be like I feel like the next game we play the Bucks. I think we're gonna see the intensity out of Julius because it's the Bucks.
And because it's Giannis.
Right. And I feel like when you play against the Pacers and you just running up in the air, you down early, it's just like y'all not taking this shit seriously. Like these are NBA teams.
Do y'all remember?
You were just at the number one spot in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do y'all remember last year when there was it was never spoken about, but there was obvious something going on between Julius and Sabonis.
Oh yeah.
And do you remember every single game against the Pacers? Do you remember how personal Julius took that matchup?
Mm-hmm.
And outside of the first game we played against him, Julius dominated him.
Yep.
So
ever since he was selected to that All-Star team over Sabonis was going for his head every single time.
Sabonis was going wild.
He was going for them. But
that's
tonight,
what I'm saying.
He didn't have much for Julius though.
That's what I'm saying. We played them after that. If you remember, that was the game when Julius hit the big three and he waved his hand. If you remember that last year. And that was after the All-Star selection.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom six. Yes, sir. I think we're 25th last I checked.
This right here, the boxing out. Jesus.
Yo, did you see that putback homeboy had? Like it was three Knicks standing right there.
Yeah.
See, me and Cody always here.
Yeah. Cody, shout out to Cody, man. And Cody's got some ties, man. He knows his stuff. I don't want to shout out all his stuff right now because
So check this out though.
He knows his basketball.
This is what bothers me about the Knicks losing. Like Cap, you said like we didn't actually have a bad game. Like if you're looking at like Joshua said his famous quote, like if you don't look at the numbers. but if you're not looking at like all right the scoring or they missed the shots or whatever, they're not giving an effort. Like I just feel like they're not trying to get rebounds. They're not transition. They're not playing D. They're not playing D in transition. You know what I'm saying? And it just looks like they don't really care. That's how it feels like there's spots in the game where they got within two. Like they got these horrible games.
Oh my god!
With a bottom six in transition D. We're within two, and then it's just like, all right, whatever.
You know what it is now, right? You know what it is now, right?
What's that?
Last year, the Knicks were the hunters.
Right.
Yeah, now we're being hunted.
This year, we're the hunted, man.
Every single game they're going to come for us.
Yo, we were just the number one
playing with us.
We were number one in the East, so every team was like, oh, nah, the Knicks?
Yeah, these teams not playing with us, man. So the Knicks got to bring it every night.
Right,
man.
so they got to figure out.
Right now, they're not.
They got to figure out that people are gunning for them. People want to get people thought they were going to get an easy win against the Knicks, and it didn't go that way. So now people are like, oh, the Knicks is here. All right, watch this. We're gonna show them. So you can't be playing like that. I mean, Kemba having an 0 for 5 game. So what? You know what I'm saying? But it's like that transition D is just like you get so much from being intense on the court, just feeling like just don't look like they care. Julius scores a little something, and he does that little walk where he looks at the crowd, and it's like, yo, do that for the rebound.
Get back on defense. Like that's my thing. Yeah, you made the basket. Go back on defense, like immediately. Don't even act like that's why they always say the greatest players have the shortest memory. Whether it's a good or bad play, go move on to the next play. Forget what just happened because you spend 3 seconds looking at the crowd, and then your man flew by you on defense, and now you're looking up the court. Now they got to pick up your man, and now you running behind everybody.
And everybody's out of position. You know how many times I see that? Because somebody didn't rush on it. Now you got the wrong guy on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now the small guy ran, and he's on the big guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. I think this game did come down to a mismatch, and it's the simple mismatch is that Mitch is used as our rim protector, as our paint protector. And they just kept Miles Turner out at the 3-point line all game long.
Yep.
And this
Miles didn't shoot his normal 32%.
No, he didn't. He shot, what was he? 7 for what? Let's take a look at that real quick.
They said he averaged like 1 3 a game before this, so 1.5 threes a game. But
he hit 5 against the last night. He's 7 for 10. 70%
tonight
from 3.
So check it out. Like, here's the thing. Like, Mitch is used to being a center that sits in the paint.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you got somebody like Miles Turner who could shoot, because that's what he was doing. He was knocking them down last year. Get out the paint, stay on your man. Like, I get it. Like, you got to protect. But this dude, after he's knocking down the first, the second, the third.
Stop get on him.
Yeah. Right. At this point, I don't care what happens inside the paint. Because, especially when simple basketball.
If the biggest man is not down there.
It's simple basketball. It's 3 versus a 2. Which one costs more? You know what I mean? I'd rather you take the 3 every time. I mean the 2 every single time. I'm not. You hit 1. Okay, cool. You hit 2. All right, let's get out on him and make somebody. If you got to hit the layup, cool. Like we'll adjust that way. But don't just let Miles Turner stand at the 3.
Of the 7 of the 10 shots that he took, how many of them was he wide open?
About.
Has to be 5.
10. 5
had to be 5 of them. And I'm just like, and I'm looking at Tibbs, and he didn't even look upset.
I think, like he said, I think that's the shot they were looking for.
He was hitting them.
Who? They
were like, if they wanted anybody shooting a 3, it'd be Miles.
Nah, I don't think so, because I think we've almost lost a few games because of him shooting that 3 before. So
I mean, statistically, before this game, he wasn't killing it.
I think Tibbs
he's a shooter. He's not going to let a shooter shoot.
But that's their center too. I think that was the shot that they rather if anybody's hitting it. I think that's why he didn't look like he was.
That's the guy you want to shoot it because he's not a high percentage 3-point.
This is what I'm saying. But he ended up
made him
tonight. Exactly. And you adjust.
I mean, I don't see many 3-point shooters. I don't see many centers out there shooting 30+% from 3. That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, as far as Tibbs, man, I think Tibbs is just searching right now. Tibbs is searching for something, man. And what could he really do? You know what I mean? Like, he could tell these guys they got to play with intensity, but they're not right now.
I think what he needs to do, Joe, he needs to throw one of them rookies in there. Just to
you might be right.
He might have to throw some rookie and be like, yo, go in there. Don't get me wrong. Rose is doing this thing.
Please.
But like he put that up there. Steve said that. What up, Tone? He said that earlier. Is it time for Deuce? Somebody got it. I think he need to throw a rookie in there and see what it looks like for a little while. Because these cats is acting like if Kemba is the if he looks like if he's looking like that on defense, I think that like I said, in some situation he's gonna have to throw them rookies in there who could stick with somebody and still got those young knees and they can run around and chase somebody and stick with them.
I
and have the instinct for defense. I just think that is necessary when we down like that and it's getting close. And Kemba's shooting 0 for 5 for 3. And, not that he was shooting 0 for 5 the whole night. But he's having a bad night. Get one of them youngsters in there and have him play some D on somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the thing we're talking about Tibbs. He's not going to – if Kemba's not having it, he's going to put Rose in.
Yeah,
if Rose don't got it, the worst he's going to get is Quickly. And if Quickly don't got it, guess what he's going to do? He's going to put Kemba back in and hope that Kemba's getting it.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
did.
saying? Like, it's
or put Burks at the point.
Yeah, but Burks played. You know what I'm saying?
He don't got no.
No, I mean, like just put him at the point though.
Just put him at the point. Yeah.
He
He's
like
not
to
gonna
do that
put.
sometimes.
Yeah, like Joe's just trying to say that he's not gonna put Deuce in there. You know what I'm saying?
He did that a little bit last year where he would have Burks in there, and I'm like, Burks got the rock, but his handle is so suspect. They put a little pressure on him. It's a wrap.
Nah, I mean,
leave my man alone.
It just doesn't look refined, but he got it.
Yeah, see, Miles' career 35% shooting for three. He's averaging 4 threes a game right now. That's a shooter, especially at the big. Yeah, I'm not saying that's the guy that you want to let shoot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not letting nobody shoot. Like I said, I'm taking the 2 over the 3 every time. I'm bringing Mitch out there a little bit.
Yeah,
take 2 steps up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Cody, if Evan and RJ's playing the point, who's playing shooting guard? Who's playing small forward? That's my thing.
Evan and who?
He said Evan or RJ can play point. You know, they let RJ do a little bit of bringing the ball up and stuff like that. But
I don't want him to. I don't want RJ.
But that's what I'm saying. But even if he did, who's playing the shooting guard and who's, you know what I mean? Like, who's out there with him?
Yeah, Grimes definitely did show us something.
We're talking about the youngsters, and you saying that ain't gonna happen.
Once again, yeah. This is the conundrum that we run into.
Yeah,
a lot of these issues that we can fix, we know Tibbs isn't gonna go there. You know,
that's the thing, though, right? Like, and Cat, all right, right now, energy is a problem, right? Why not put one of these young guys in there to see if because you know that
I would love
they
to
playing. They playing. Exactly. If you put them in, they hungry. Like right now, these guys, like as a whole, I mean, there's some individuals that definitely are playing hard. Like I think Mitch plays hard every night. I think RJ plays hard every night. But like as a whole, like the unit is not playing hard enough. So put one of these young guys or 2 of these young guys in. See what happens, because you can't keep getting out hustled every night.
Well, and I think the reason why he didn't go for the bigs is because there were so many points where, like, if we just went down by 12, 14, 15 and it stayed there, I could see him going to one of the rookies. But we were so close every
we brought it back at 2.
Close. It would go 2 and it would go 3 and then it would back 7 and it would go 4 and it would back 9. It was just so, and then one of those plays, it would be, I think, what was it? Who was it that shot? It was like a 3-pointer by it was a 3-pointer by Miles Turner, of course. He hits the 3, and it was almost like every single time he hit the 3, it was almost like 2 threes because it like gave them such a boost every time he hit one. The crowd went crazy. They started playing hard defense. They come down, they stop us, they come down again and score. So now that's a 5-point swing. You know what I'm saying?
Happen every time.
Straight out of a timeout. And we were just down 2. We were just down 3. We were just down 4. So
happen every time.
I don't see him throwing as much as we would like to see those guys. I would love to see, especially
so tonight I wouldn't have did it because, like you said, because we were trailing for a lot of the game. But when you're on the road, you trail. If you hang around, you know what I mean.
The Knicks were gonna pull it off at one point.
Yeah, I did too. Because I was looking like they're kind of hanging around. These are the kind of games that you still on the road.
Right.
But they just couldn't get timely stops.
Speaking of intensity, there was a part where Evan Fournier had the ball at the top. Somebody knocked it out of his hand or something, and he looked at it. He looked at the ball. Y'all remember that part? He looked at. I don't remember who was on the shoulder there. Like
I feel like I remember that play.
He was expecting him to get it, and he looked, and then it was like a fast break in the other direction. It's like, yo, somebody assuming that dude's gonna grab it.
This is why I hate that I didn't visually watch the game.
Oh my god, yo, there was a point where he lost the ball or something, and it went towards like to go out of bounds, like towards the camera, however you describe it.
Right.
And like somebody was over there. It was like I think RJ, and he like looked at RJ like, "You gonna get it?"
Yeah, I think I know.
And then like the defender came and just struck and grabbed it. It was like, "What y'all doing?" And like every game, I have these moments. So I'm like, "Yo, what are y'all doing?"
Exactly.
Yo, he looked at it. I was like, "Yo,"
like, and I don't know if it happened tonight, but because like I said, didn't watch, listened on the radio, but these last couple of games. like the two previous games, it's too much of Julius losing the ball, thinking that he got fouled, and then never coming into the front court like on some LeBron shit. Like
Yes,
that's not cool, bro.
Yeah,
and he didn't do that. I don't remember him doing that last year.
No, that's why I said I think there's some chemistry issues that they got to work out. And Cody alluded to this earlier in the chat. He said what did he say? Birds chirping. Yeah, birds chirping from the organization. Say Randall is a little mad that his stats are down. He just wants to be the main topic. I really, really hope that this guy gets out of that. And we always question. If there is another player that we bring to the Knicks, will Julius accept that? Because for some odd reason, we questioned it. I don't know why, but we all questioned it. Everyone.
I mean, it's a fair question.
It's a fair question, but
this is the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand. It makes perfect sense that Julius would want to get his. I'm not against that, but Tibbs says in every press conference that you can't fight pressure with pressure, right? That's one of Tibbs' sayings.
Right.
Right now, all the pressure is on Julius. Like when defenses load up, even with all these new guys, they still load up on him.
Right.
And it's not there, bro. Like 24 points per game is not there right now. Yeah. And that's okay, yo.
Right, it's fine.
He has to be.
Yeah, it is. Everybody else involved. It's okay, bro.
Look, I was at the last game. You know, when y'all saw me at the when I did the when I jumped on from the bar over there, Stouts. Mm-hmm. After we left, I ran in the State. And I was like, "Yo, State, what up?" And he was like, State, "Yo, he looked trash tonight." He said, I think Julius is mad that RJ." He said it looked like he sabotaged. I said it reminded me when I used to see Carmelo, and Carmelo was just shooting ball just because he's Carmelo.
No, I think that
no, but check.
I don't think that he's.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that's what the situation is,
mm-hmm.
but it looked to me like he was doing too much. Julius, like the last game, like he's running into people. It's like he's trying to make something happen for what? It's just like he's got like this pressure on him. Where it's like, well, no, I got to get mine almost. And I wouldn't say he was jealous of this guy. That's what State said. But I'm like, if State saw that, right? Like, if that's like something that he felt like he saw, and I'm looking at it like, yo, why is he going so hard? And it's just like he's hitting a brick wall. Like, what's going on? Like you just said it's a chemistry thing. So I feel like we all saying the same thing as far as it being like a chemistry, or he wants his points, or he wants his minutes.
This dude worked his tail off last year to get all of the accolades that he got last year. It was a big year for him, right? All of the interviews, from the interviews to the hardware that he bought home, like, but it's a new team now, bro. And all that you were last year, we appreciate it. And we would appreciate if you realize that we don't need you to be that this year.
Right. I mean,
I don't think it's a jealousy, only from the standpoint.
Yeah, exactly, Cody. The Knicks, Cody.
What? That's what I just said.
Right.
No, but because of how the team talks, you know what I mean? how the team talks. Like, I don't think they are like, just saying that for the media. I think they actually believe it. I think they have fun playing with each other. I think they have each other's back. I don't think I don't really think there's like any bad blood between them or anything like that. I think Julius is just frustrated with how the games are being called now by the referees. So I think he hangs back to kind of, chirp with the refs or whatever, so they can hear him out. I think that's what that is. And I think he needs to let that go and play your game, because once he plays his game, they're going to recognize that and they're going to respect him more, not by complaining all the time.
This chat is crazy. They see acting like a license cat. Nah, man, I'm gonna be honest. I do think I don't think there's an issue with him being mad at anyone else. I do think he expected the ball a certain amount of times, that, like, he was used to getting the ball a certain amount of times, a certain amount of plays, getting his plays to do what he wants to do last year. And I'm sure now in practice, they're running plays for everybody else. And he's probably like, well, I'm still on this damn team. Like, what the hell's going on here? So, but I don't. But listen. I don't think that is an issue. It is something that every basketball team goes through. Every time a star is playing with another star, this is what happens. These guys got to get adjusted to the amount of time that the other guy needs.
I agree with that.
I've been keeping a very close eye on Julius Randle and how he interacts with his teammates, and his interaction isn't down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
He's still like, I see him and RJ. Even this game when they were down, I saw him and RJ having a little inside joke going on. I'm like, okay, that's good to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at least I see that there's no bad blood there. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see that you guys are figuring it out. I think there's some kinks.
I definitely think these guys are brothers. They love each other.
Yeah.
But like Cody says, it's human nature, yo. Like, nobody wants to be Robin, bro. Especially not when you were the ultimate Batman last year.
No, I disagree. Wade was fine with being Robin when LeBron came.
What? Wade was injury riddled. He was injury riddled.
That was way past his prime.
But Rick. Oh. Even when they first joined forces, though, that was not perfect at first. They started out 7-7. Hold on. They started out 7-7, and then D Wade said that he realized that he's got to let LeBron be the man. So he had to come to a realization. It wasn't something that he just accepted the minute LeBron walked through the door.
Yeah. And that wasn't my argument. My argument was that he was okay being Robin. That was my argument.
But he had to come to the realization that he was Robin.
That's right.
And I'm not saying that Julius is Robin on this team. I think it's kind of a 1A, 1B situation right now. But
who's that?
I do think that he's gotta realize that this is a different year, bro.
Yes.
Like and I said this too. The Knicks, the coaching staff, has to find out a way to make the game easier for him, bro, because the cat is out the bag now. Like, teams, he'll be robbing sooner than later. It looks that way. Teams are onto him, bro. Right? They know that they could put a smaller guy on him, right? And they could flash with a bigger guy, and it's an effective way to defend him. And the smaller guy is not just on him. Like, the way they guard him, like, he's chest to chest with a dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like, every time he catches the ball, the guy is in it. Yeah. Remember last year he could get those jump shots off because he feasted in the mid range. He was able to get those shots off because they weren't playing him as physical as they are now. He's got to figure something out. The Knicks also got to figure out how they could get this guy. Even Tibbs said it, that they got to figure out a way to get him some easy looks.
Yeah.
Everything can't be a step back jumper, yo.
Speaking of jumpers,
so they're scouting for him. They're scouting for him now. I think
absolutely.
Which they will adjust to. They will definitely.
He's the hunter, bro.
Right.
Last year he was the hunter.
He'll adjust. I think it's just you have to be game plan for in order for you to know what to adjust to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just gonna take some time for Julius to know. All right, listen, this is where I'm gonna have to get my shots, and it's an adjustment. It's frustrating as hell. You know what I'm saying? We also know that as much as Julius Randle is struggling, we wouldn't be in any of these games if it wasn't for him. You know what I'm saying? As much as he struggled. So, I mean, even the game where he scored 10 points or 13 points, he still needed to be in that game. So
I'm a big Julius apologist, bro.
I know you are.
I know you. That's my guy, bro.
I'm not, but I'm gonna give him his flowers right now. I'm not gonna be too tough, especially because I know how we started off last season, and we're 5-3 right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying the two losses, not all three, but two of the losses came against some teams that really got up into us defensively. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be ready for those kind of games. We thought that because we could shoot up a whole bunch of threes that, hey, everybody will be open. Yeah, we just shoot threes all game. Nah. What if they play man to man and they're in your chest all game?
No, but they playing zone and they busting us. That's what hurts us a lot of these games.
Right.
Is that zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
think the Knicks
I think every team in the league knows, like, yo, the Knicks get out of hand, throw a little zone at them.
I think the Knicks got outscored.
It works.
I think the Knicks got outscored by 33 points behind the 3-point line tonight.
Something like that.
I think the Pacers made 11 more threes.
And Josh, to add to what you said about us being 5-3, the thing that bothers me about losing these games where we should be winning, even though the Pacers is not like a sucker team, Pacers got a squad. Like games against Magic, you know, against Toronto when they missing players, you got to win those. So when the schedule gets rough, you got a little cushion, something like that. You know, when you play those games, they expect you to lose, and I don't want to just win the games. We be like, yo. You know, I didn't think we was gonna win that, but we beat the 76ers, we beat the Bucks, so, you know, these teams we supposed to win. And then we go play some raggedy teams, so to speak, and it's just like we losing it because you don't feel like y'all got past.
Yeah, that Raptors team they won again tonight, I believe. They shut somebody else down tonight. That team's no joke, man.
Yeah, they feel they got the momentum. They feeling good.
We gave them the battery.
Right.
Now they had already won 3 straight coming into that.
They won 3 straight.
So they already had the battery, baby. That team came in hot, man.
Yeah. And
look, Rick don't want to hear it.
They think because Rick, they think because
not really.
Listen, man.
But let me ask you this though. Who did that team remind you of that Raptors team?
Us last year.
Knicks.
Exactly.
Because they were all defense. They
played almost exactly like we played all last year.
Yep. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm hoping that what we're seeing is not what happened in Minnesota with Tom, where he kind of went away from his defensive thing because he had some offensive players and he had to find out how to structure his offense and get all these guys buckets and all of that stuff. And it was a little bit harder for him to focus on what they did to get them to that point. And I don't think we have the same staff. These guys are hard workers. These guys are always in the gym. These guys, there's a better set of veterans around these guys. So I think it's different. For Tom, I want him to just go back to enforcing that defense. These guys can shoot. You don't have to put them in the system to shoot. You know what I'm saying? These guys can shoot. Just focus on the defense, get back to that, and then let that determine how you guys should run.
But do you really think? Let me ask you this: you really think Tom took his foot off the pedal defensively? I'm pretty sure these practices are still probably about 70% defense and 30% offense.
Yeah,
these guys are just not defending at a high level right now.
I'm not liking it. Like the overhelping, like it really gets a lot of players out of position and it allows for open jump shots. And I'm telling you, teams are taking them.
Yeah.
Look at Toronto. Who went off? Two players went off at the 3-point line. And Anobi went off. And what's the light skinned dude?
Trent.
No, not even Trent. He did went off.
Trent killed him. Van Vliet,
he went off too.
Oh yeah. Well, Van Vliet that's the thing. A lot of these guys, like the last 2 games, it's like teams know they can defend the 3, but if you step like 2 feet behind the 3, they're not gonna defend you. And it's like that's how we start losing them. Miles Turner was way out there. You know what I'm saying? Fred Van Vliet was way out there, pulling up just off the dribble. So it's like I do think they know where to attack us. We still have, as good as a defensive team we are, we still have trouble defending the 3, which is odd. And it's not even like, it's weird because we're getting there. We're contesting them. It's just the intensity on the contest is not good.
Not even the contest is late. It's a contest, but it's just like, okay, after the fact.
But the contest kind of has to be late. Like even RJ said it actually.
Don't throw the pass.
Yeah, no, not even that. RJ even said that in his press conference. He said that when they asked him about the DeRozan play at the end of the game.
Oh, so
he said that they basically are taught to jump after the shooter jumps.
Oh yes,
because if you jump too soon, he'll get you up in the air and draw a foul, or we seen guys just jump right into guys all the time.
Yeah.
So there's something to that. I mean, the whole idea is to just be in the shooter's space.
Yes.
When he's rising up to shoot.
Right.
But
be there. But be there. My thing is that they're not there. they're running over after the players in the air. That's not a late contest. That's no contest. So that's an open jump shot.
Yeah.
And if they see that you're giving them that, they're gonna take. I hear the Knicks say it last year, like you were saying. What they said was, I'm gonna give what the defense allows me to have. And right now, the Knicks defense is allowing them to have open jump shots. It's a problem.
Too much help, D.
Too much help.
A lot of help, bro. A lot of pointless help sometimes.
Yo,
it's not even help.
What you doing?
Exactly. It's not even help. It's not even help anymore.
Yeah. I seen a play. I think RJ was guarding. I can't even remember who he was guarding, but he was on the guy. Like the guy didn't go anywhere. RJ was on him body to body, but the guy like drove into the paint. He still would have had to elevate over RJ to make the shot in the paint.
Right.
And Fournier came over to help and left the guy wide open under the basket for a layup. And it's just like you do is he's between his man in the basket. What are you helping?
What are you doing? Yeah, like that. And we're talking about RJ here. It's not like we're talking about Kemba. You know what I'm saying?
Like when you got a strong defender, let him do his thing.
Like, and if you're gonna help, one, maybe 2 steps off your man. That's
right. Tease him.
We've all played with that guy. We've all played with that guy in the park, right? Who we know he can't do nothing else, but he could guard everybody.
He could guard
and
everybody.
you don't even help off of your man when that guy is on the ball. Yeah,
you kidding me? Nah. Matter of fact, before the game, you're like, all right, I could chill tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're saying. Like you're saying that. Like, all right, I could chill, I could relax. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we putting him on mute as soon as he jump in here. Like today is a good day. You know Dante got to come with his BS. Dante got to come with his BS.
God.
Don't get muted, Dante. We're not in the mood today. You know what I'm saying? We're not in the mood
dialing
today.
In though, Dante. At least you knew to log in.
You already know.
I will say this though. You guys make me happy though, because I wasn't feeling good before I came on this feed, bro. I was mad.
Man, you wasn't the only one. I was pretty vexed. You know what I'm saying? Just to say the least.
Don't let this mouth fool you. I'm still mad, man. I'm still very upset.
I'm definitely not happy.
I gotta talk Rick off the cliff tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know.
I was like, I ain't even coming on the show. I'm not. Yeah. I'm gonna be out tonight.
Yeah, I'm definitely not happy, but
here.
New York. We here.
Over there.
I guess you guys make it a little bit better, yeah. That's all.
Oh man.
But when I get off here, if I choose to go watch this game tonight, that's what I'm.
When you see that play I'm telling you about with Fournier, it's gonna jump out at you. Like that's the play he was talking about. What were they doing? They were standing there.
And Randall play where the ball's bouncing right by him. He's just like, it's all right.
I'm like, bro, what's going on here? What's I don't know. Little good energy on the way out. Wrong. Click the wrong part of the daggone screen. My boy, Rowan Barrett, averaging 20s in the last 4 games. His 4th straight 20-point game. Yeah, my man Rowan.
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 Young Rowan.
Young Ro. You know what I'm saying?
You heard the nickname Rowan the Warden.
Who?
Because he locked people up.
What was that?
Rowan the Warden.
Rowan the Warden.
Because he locked people up.
Locking
I like
up.
that one.
I like that. A little 2-way. Listen, I like the fact that within 8 games, RJ's known as a defender. Just like that. We lost Reggie. We don't have no wing defenders. And now look at RJ making his all NBA.
RJ was defending last year. He was nice with it.
Yeah, he was.
He was. And he just wasn't getting the credit. And that's kind of what probably upset RJ, because everybody's like, oh, you lost Reggie. Who's going to defend? He's like, are you kidding me? Like, what are you talking about? But like I said, averaging 26.3 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 3.5 threes per game. Like I said, fearless from there. And 56% from the field. And if he continues to play like this, which I don't think he's going to score 26 points per game this season, but somewhere around the low 20s, 21, 22, If he can keep himself around there, I think that it's going to be hard to keep him out of the All-Star game, even if he's just a backup. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Cat.
What's up?
But it's the finishing, though, man.
It's the finishing. He's finishing at the basket.
Yeah,
the
he's
finishing,
finishing
man.
at the basket.
Did you see the finish? Did you see the finish he had today? You could tell that he been working on angles.
Yo,
he had
that
a finish
off
today
the
where
high
he
off the
scooped.
glass?
He had one where he scooped it around, dude. I think it was
To pass the
might have been Evan Turner. I think it was Evan Turner where he scooped it around him. Like you could tell that he been working on different ways to finish.
Yeah, to finish. Yup. Yeah.
Because we seen him finish high off the glass. We seen him finish with English.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot of different things that he's different this year. That's it, bro.
He's different. So before we get up out of here, one more time. Just on the way out. How are we feeling about these next 3 games? Just this week. We're not gonna go into Monday.
We ain't learned our lesson.
We ain't learned our lesson yet. So all of us, we were all wrong, which feels good because now Ricky's not the only one that was right. So now Ricky, you were wrong. You know what I'm saying? We can say that. How are we feeling about Friday versus Milwaukee and Sunday against Cleveland? No, Dre. Go ahead.
We got a back-to-back over there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel. But you know me, I think we're gonna win all these.
He hasn't learned his lesson yet, clearly.
We gonna bust Milwaukee's ass. Cleveland think they're gonna run up in here and act. We gonna run up in there and bust their ass. And then Philadelphia, they ain't got nobody over there. They ain't got Ben. You know, the owner tried to talk to Ben today. He said, I'm still not with it. So we're gonna bust their ass.
He don't got nobody over there.
He opened the door like, I still got mental health. I still
got mental health issues. You know what I mean? So we not here. So we not here. We going back. Then we gonna go. We gonna walk right back over there to Milwaukee. Yo, it's funny because I was watching the game and I looked at the hat. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not here. We not here.
We not here."
Yo,
oh my God, man!
You know what? You know how I had a feeling we were gonna lose tonight. I heard on the radio while I was driving home. Oh, you know the Knicks are undefeated on the road. I was like, damn it.
Here we go. Here goes the jinx. Goes the jinx.
It's at the end of the day, it's still early.
It is.
Yeah.
I want to see how this stuff develops and who gets 7. I wonder what they're gonna do with quickly because he's looking bad, man.
I think Tibbs is gonna stick with him. Because he earned that though. He earned some equity last year.
He got to break through. He can't stay like this. He's gonna have a game. He's gonna have like a all-time 3-point shots or field goal percentage or something. He's gonna have. Once he has one of those games, we'll see. But last season he had a great game. Then he'd have a flat game. Then he have a good game. Then he have a flat game. Right. So
Cat might be right though, man. Cat might be right, and I was against it like his rookie year. Because before we even really seen him play, like there were people saying that he's gonna have to change his shot, and I was against it because he was lethal.
Yeah. He tosses it in the chest, and he's like that kid that learned how to shoot when he was young and too small to hold the ball like this, and it looked like he's shooting it like this.
He might have to restructure that at some point but I'm afraid for him to do that because I don't want him to break it at the same time. But
like I said, I don't think his form is terrible. He shoots it well. The thing, even Steph Curry shoots from his chest. The difference is Steph Curry actually jumps up when he shoots. He doesn't jump forward.
Yeah, you know he jumps he spreads his legs when he shoots. Quickly.
Yeah, like if Quickly would just jump straight up, I think that would just change everything. It would change everything with his jump shot. I think he's still in the process of learning his game. I think once he changes that, I think because he's gonna have to change it. I can't be the only one that notices that. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be frustrating. It's gotta be frustrating for him though, right?
Like, it is. That kid was the biggest issue.
Yeah, that kid was in the gym all summer. Yeah, he didn't stay in the gym all summer to come out playing like this.
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough. Rick, how you feel about these games right here?
I think we're gonna win against the Bucks. I think Middleton is still out. I think we're gonna beat the Cavs. I think it's gonna be a gritty game, but I think we could beat the Sixers as well.
We got Nerlens back. We should win that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, how about you, Joe? How you feeling about these games?
I'm with Rick. I think we beat the Bucks. I think we have to beat the Bucks. I think the Knicks gonna be desperate. What is
Mm-hmm.
that? Friday night? I think
Yeah.
they'll be desperate. I think we'll take care of Cleveland. That Sixers game gonna be a battle because they're not gonna want to lose to us again.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Joel Embiid,
So
like we can't lose to them
so
again.
but and that's in Philly too. Um
It's
Bucks
okay.
come here.
We get
I
our
I don't
health.
know if they I don't know if the Bucks are healthier by next week. We'll
Right.
see.
Exactly.
And that Charlotte game is interesting, man, because I think that team is really good and really young.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately, I won't be able
it,
to attend that game.
and we played them there. So I say we go. What is this? 5 games? I say we go 3-2 in
Yeah.
these 5 games,
Yeah,
I'm
5-0.
feeling that. I feel like in these
5-0,
and
5
that'll
bro.
games.
have us.
I
That'll
got
have us
news for
eight
you.
and eight and five, right?
I got news for you. 5-0, bro. News flash.
Hey, I like that. I like that energy, but I'm trying to be not a homer.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I was a homer for one of these segments, and I thoroughly regret it. So I'm gonna chill out. Yeah, same with me. I'm gonna go 3-2. I feel like we're gonna get one of these games versus the Bucks, and we're gonna drop one of those other ones.
Yeah.
And I feel like we clean up Cleveland. The 76 is gonna be a tough game. I'm not sure if Tobias is going to be back for that
He's
He's
game.
out
hurt.
too. Yeah, he's out.
He's out.
Oh wow.
So that might change that. It might be a 4-on-1 thing, three.
See,
But
now
we'll
we're
take
gonna lose because
advantage
they're gonna have some young kid run up in there and
that
he's
we
gonna have a
didn't game
career
plan
night.
for, and he's gonna have a game plan.
You're gonna have quickly's alter ego or his
Oh yeah,
his
Tyrese
evil
Maxey.
twin or something
Tyrese
like that.
Maxey.
Yeah,
Tyrese Maxey.
and
He
he's
just
gonna go off and he's gonna be like, "Let me show you how it's done."
no. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna get you back for dropping me like that quickly.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's
he gonna be
that's
out
the
for
energy.
blood that night
That's
Yeah,
the
he's gonna
energy
be
he's gonna be
put
bringing.
me in, coach.
because
I got
they
something
killed
for
him. They smoked him in that Kentucky
They,
group chat.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
You
Oh.
you.
They were like
they were
Tyrese,
smoking him in that group chat.
Tyrese, where them ankles at, boy. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ain't nothing over there.
Ain't nothing over there, Tyrese. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Those are the kind of plays that quickly needs, and you know what I'm saying. I feel like he's gonna get it back. Like
He's not using his handle. He got low handle.
he got handled. Like Cody said, he's gonna be fine. He's just tired. Cody also said
Tired of what? It's the 5th, 6th game of the season.
he's been practicing all summer long. He hasn't taken a break. It takes you a while. When you're a
I'll
gym
be
rat
in there.
like
I'll
that,
be in the
and
coaching staff like Steph. No practice for you today.
word. But that's also what if you were listening during the game, what's her name? Is it Rebecca Harlow? Was it Rebecca that was there tonight? I believe it was Rebecca. I hope I didn't get that wrong. She was talking
usually
about
at home.
RJ and how he practices, and he was saying that today. She was saying today that when he practices, he's learned this year that in certain drills that would take him 30 minutes to get through, he's learned how to finish them in 15 to 20 and rest more instead of all of the extra just being in the gym. So just because you're in the gym, you still have to recover. You know what I'm saying? So I think Quickly doesn't do a great job at recovering, but he's young, so he wouldn't know anything about recovering. He thinks he can just go out there and play. So shout out to the chat, everybody in there, Cody, Dante, of course. Everybody that was in here before, and I'm not sure if you guys are still here. Cody says I'll be at the Charlotte game. I wish I was gonna be there. I'm not gonna be. I lived in Charlotte and I won't be able to be at the game.
Yo,
But
Charlotte, they take Sheba. They take Sheba.
They do take Sheba in Charlotte. But unfortunately for that game, well, fortunately, I'm not complaining. I won't be here. I'll be on vacation. So y'all gonna have to run that show, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they started sweating. They started
Still
sweating.
Knicks fans just popped up. What up, baby?
Still Knicks fans. What's going on, bro?
Big
My
Ron.
man Ron. Big Ron, what's going on, man? What's going on?
What's good?
So yeah, man. That's all we got for y'all. Hopefully, the next time you see us, we won't be here with a loss. I'm sure Dante will be here happy if we do lose, but you know what I'm saying? Dante's here every game. So shout out to our resident troll Nick fan over there. Any last words, fellas? You got anything else?
Now let's get this 5-0. The next 5.
Yeah, we need
I
to
say
get
the
back on the
same.
win streak.
I say the same thing every time, man. Appreciate what you guys do. Keep it going.
Of
And
course, man. Thank you for coming on, Joe.
Word,
yeah, no
thank you.
It's
problem.
been a minute.
Anytime, man.
We
Yo,
miss
cause
you, Joe.
that's why I had to come on tonight because I'm like, damn, he probably feel like I'm dunking him.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I used that against you. I said
Yeah.
he's not gonna want to say no again because he said no like 2-3 times. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get him this time. He can be like,
Yo, I just been busy, yo.
Yeah.
One night you hit me, I was studying like crazy.
yeah.
Another night I was hanging out with wifey. It was just like,
Listen, I
Yo,
completely
Joe,
understand.
I mean, you got to do that.
ball is life, man. You stop all that other stuff. All right?
Tell wifey, ball is life.
Yo, what you mean quiet? Yo, the Knicks are playing. I gotta do a post-game show. Why you packing a bag?
Why you
What you taking the back for, baby? We here.
We here.
We here.
What you packing the
What?
bag for, baby?
oh my God, yeah.
Yo, man. I love you guys.
Something ain't right with y'all.
You already know you're gonna get some of that from us. Yeah, man.
Netflix and chill. No cap, I'm gonna be on the show, man.
Yeah, right. And shout out, and hopefully, the niece is feeling better too, Dre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah,
to the
man.
niece, man.
That was
Hopefully
I missed some parts of the game because of that, but I think she'll be.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we check and see how she is in the morning.
Okay, that's what's up. That's
Hope
what's
she
up.
feel better.
Hope she
Yeah.
feel better, man. So, man, everybody in the chat, thank you. If you're here for a little bit, if you here, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, share, let people know what we doing here. We here to have fun, man. You know, just like we just started doing a couple minutes ago, we here cracking jokes. This is just what we do. We have fun, and we just lost tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Can't do it no better than that, man. But
Gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
Precisely. But thank you. I'll put you guys in the backstage real quick. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Guard Up Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. Till next time, man.